And she says, if slavery was only geared towards black women, black men would be helping white people enslave black women.
Oh yeah, if slavery was still around, it would still be only for black women. Who says that type of shit? I don't believe no black woman said that shit.
Here it is, it's 2025, and women still don't know their role in a relationship.
A few days ago, somebody had mentioned to me that I need to look up and look into this conversation about how there was a young lady who got on the internet and said slavery would still exist if only black women were enslaved. And my instant reaction to that was, of course it would. Right? Knowing what I know about black men, knowing what I know about gender and about race and capitalism and all of those things, I was like, absolutely, right? So, in history, so I filed it in the back of my mind, didn't think anything of it, and today I came across some of the videos, and I had never seen any of the content on it whatsoever. Like I said, it was just a conversation that I had. I ended up not following up on it, but man, when I started to hear what men were saying, their defenses of why they believe black women would not still be in slavery if black men weren't, it is completely laughable. And I'm going to lay out, first we're going to talk about what the men are saying. I'm going to show you what the men are saying. And then we're going to talk about why do black women actually believe this? Why are there a lot of black women who believe this? I don't know if most black women believe this. There's no polling on this, obviously. But I do believe if you polled black women individually, I think, man, it would be a lot. I don't know if it would be most. It would be a lot. It would be a lot. Nah, because the older black women, I don't think would. Yeah, but definitely, like if you poll like millennial women, Gen Z women, maybe like some Gen Xers, mate, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it would be overwhelmingly yes. But then once you add like the old, like the boomers and whatnot, now they, they've been mind fucked harder than the younger generation of women. So I definitely want to talk about this because there are so many layers. It's so interesting. This conversation exposes so much about the thought processes that black men have, specifically surrounding how we have treated black women and currently.
So I can't find this video, but I really, really wanted to stitch this video so bad, but I can't find it. This young black lady got on this app on the internet. I don't know where this video came from. And she says, if slavery was only geared towards black women, black men would be helping white people enslave black women. Black men would be for slavery if it was just for black women alone. So the people that do these takes, like you can tell that they don't have any family portrait at all whatsoever. Not on the wall, not in the living room, not on the refrigerator. You can tell that these people got no family portraits, right? You can tell that there's no love at home, right? But I'm trying to see if TikTok, please help me. Is this rage? Do you guys think this is rage baiting? People are really looking for views, or some people just really need a hug? Cause like, what in your right mind will make you go online to do these sort of takes, right? Just because your life sucks doesn't give you the right to come online and try to piss us off and try to make us have a bad day. You know what I mean? All right, so I want to take a quick poll. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think it is? Is it rage baiting? Are people really that dumb? Really that stupid? Because if it is, then all right, is it rage baiting? Are people really that dumb?
The thing that I find most odd about this video, and you're going to see this, here's a common theme. Have you noticed anything missing from what he's saying? Time's up. he hasn't actually addressed what the woman said. He doesn't know like how to refute it. He can't articulate it. It's not like he's saying like, oh, it's wrong and this is why. He's just saying, oh, y'all need a hug. You don't have a family portrait. Like, this the weirdest line of attack on the point. Like, attack the point. I can tell you why. I'm going to lay out my my reasons. I'm going to give you evidence as to why I think that this is true. But can you give us your reasons? That's the question. Can you give us your reasons? Because your reasons can't be, oh, I think these people just want a hug. I think these people are rage baiting. Just because something, look, man, two things can be true at the same time. I want you guys to know the sweet science of rage baiting. Two things can be true at the same time. The premise behind the idea of rage baiting is this. You say a thing for the sole purpose of getting people in a rage, in a fit, in a tizzy, whatever, right? Whether it's true or not, you don't care. You just want to get them in a rage to get engagement or whatever. Fine. Okay. But what if you believe the thing? What if the thing is true? And it simultaneously happens to enrage people. You're not rage bait. That's not rage bait at that point. Just because people become enraged doesn't mean it's rage bait. I think that woman who made that post really believes exactly what she said. The same way I believe that it's true.
So y'all really come on this app and say random shit and see what the fuck sticks? Why do y'all think this? Why would you think this? Yet you have done no history, no U.S. history or African history. There's an attack on intellectualism. People think they can just say things and it makes them sound profound. No, go back past the 1950s and 60s and tell me when black people, black women and black men was not like this. You fucking cannot.
I can name a time before black women got the right to vote, when black men fought for their right to vote and not the right to vote for all black people. That would be a time when we weren't like this. That's definitely a time when we weren't like this. That's a huge time when we weren't like this. We were not simpatico. So that's one time, at least. That is a very big time where black men did not stand up for the right for black women to vote. Everything black men fought for, we should have fought for black women to do the exact same thing at the exact same time. Just so we're clear, before I go any further, the first step you guys fail at is disproving the idea that black men were okay with them getting in the door first, or them getting in the door and slamming the door behind them for black women. Because there are tons of examples of that. When black men got the vote, black women helped black men get the vote, right? When black women got the vote, black men did not help black women to the same extent that black women helped black men get the vote. And that is a common theme that is repeated over and over and over again throughout history. So you can't sit up here and try to gaslight us and act like we're crazy because we can point to something very tangible, something very visible in history, like getting the vote for black people, and point out the fact that black men got the right to vote first, because it should have been all or nothing is what I'm saying. It should have been all or nothing. It shouldn't have been, well, we'll get it first. And no, it should have been, no, black women get the right to vote too, because we are like this, like you're saying. We are like this. That's not like this, sir.
I'm not going to sit here and pay for the sins of motherfuckers that did not have y'all in mind, and I have y'all in mind, and y'all not going to think about me. What the fuck?
And there goes another red flag. So if you sound like a white T supremacist, then what would make me think that you would act any different than a white T supremacist? Because that talking point of why do I need to pay for the sins of my forefathers is the same thing that white T supremacists say to black people when we bring up reparations. It's the same concept when we talk about DEI or anything like that. Oh, why should I have to pay for the? Because you still benefit, and you benefited. What the fuck?
I do more than just hold the dough, so y'all need to step up. Because soon, y'all really is going to make a lot of the black men that's like, okay, I'm going to keep helping y'all say fuck y'all. And we don't want that to happen. So y'all
which would also prove that we're not like this, because there is nothing black women can say that would make me stop helping black women. There's nothing black women can say to me. Not one. I'm talking about personally. There's nothing black women can say to me. Like 10,000 black women could come after me. I wouldn't be like, oh man, see, I give up on y'all. It would never stop. It would never stop. Because I actually know we're like this. I know we're connected, and black women deserve to be treated like human beings the same as black men do. So it'll never stop for me. My thing is always about humanity. And I would understand why they were attacking me, I'm sure. If it, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying even if it was unwarranted, I would understand why. So I'd be like, you know what, it is what it is. But you using that as a veiled threat to manipulate and gaslight black women into not pointing out the fact that black men have abandoned them at every single opportunity and every turn is ridiculous. Same thing again, time and time again. The second video, he didn't actually engage with the point. He never said, no, I can disprove that. There's historical text and context that I can bring up and show you this is why this isn't true, right? That's two men that haven't done that. They've just tried to gaslight everybody into believing like, oh, you're so ridiculous. That's crazy. No, prove it. Prove how crazy it is. Because let's say I didn't believe it, right? Let's say I'm in a crowd and that black woman makes that statement. I go, hey, and then any one of these dudes go, hey, that's wrong. And I go, yeah, man, yeah, brother, you tell her. And they go, you guys, you need a hug. What? Wait a minute. And if you keep acting like that, we won't help you guys anymore. Hey, wait. No. How? Why is it? Why? I can't think of anything right now, but I feel like it's wrong. So you tell me why. Why is that wrong? Why is what she said so wrong? That's what I would be expecting. And you guys can't articulate it. You don't have an argument. You don't have a fucking leg to stand on. A, because none of you know history. And B, you know that what she's saying is true. Because, and here's the thing, if you knew history, then you would believe her. If you don't know, the only people that don't believe that are people who don't know history. That's it.
Bruh, I find it very hard to believe that a lot of these gender war topics that only affects black men and black women attacking each other are not think pieces that come from the CIA or the FBI, man. That's my conspiracy.
No. They're not. They don't come from the CIA and the FBI. They are very real issues within the community, and writing them off as issues brought up by the CIA and the FBI to discredit them is very, very problematic. Very problematic. Also, think about what you're doing. A black woman said that. So you are essentially, without any fucking evidence whatsoever, you are essentially accusing at least that black woman of being a fucking CIA operative. Openly, on an open platform that billions of people frequent. You are open, you're just saying it just out loud. Like, yeah, I think that black woman that made that statement is a fucking CIA or an FBI operative. You don't think that that's dangerous?
Theory. I believe, because when you hear stuff like slavery would still exist if it only affected black women, that shit sound like something.
That shit hurts your feelings and you don't know how to process it. Tell the truth, Baldy. That shit hurts your feelings and you don't know how to process it. You're hit dog hollering. That's what happened.
A white person told a black person that's an agent to start shit in the black community. I don't believe black women think like that. I've been around enough black women, but no, this is not no regular conversation that we have. We don't have conversations about, oh yeah, if slavery was still around, it would still be only for black women. Who says that type?
Yeah, we do have. Where do you might be from Detroit? I don't want to knock nobody from Detroit, but maybe they're not having that conversation in Detroit. I doubt that's true. But Maybe they're not having it in your, you know what, it ain't even the city. It's your circle. I'm gonna pull one of y'all's favorite lines. It's your circle, sir. When you say we, are you speaking French? Because me and my friends talk about shit like that all the time. We have very compelling, interesting conversations. Constantly, me and my wife, we have very compelling and interesting conversations surrounding politics and things of that nature. I don't know what the fuck you talk. What are you saying? What are you talking about? We? That's you.
Shit, I don't believe no black woman said that shit. I know black woman with no
I
good
do.
sense. You know what I'm saying? That shit just sounds crazy to me, man. Like,
it sounds crazy because you know absolutely nothing about history.
Nah, I truly believe in my heart that a lot of these topics that we hearing is some shit by the CIA or the FBI. Seriously, to create division. I know that might sound crazy to some.
It doesn't sound crazy. It just sounds ill-informed and dumb.
It ain't crazy to me. I really truly believe that these topics that we hear, slavery would still exist only for black women. It's not. That's not happening. Nat Turner existed. Frederick Douglass existed. You feel me? So many black people fought. No, that's not. Who believes that? I really truly believe when you hear topics like that, that's straight fed all the way.
No, it doesn't scream fed. I could counter that by saying any black man that gets on a public platform and calls a black woman a CIA operative actually is the one that works for the CIA. I could say that it's easier for me to believe you work for the CIA than it is for me to believe that she does, because what she said actually has a lot of merit to it. Now, let's get to why I believe it's true. And I think it's so obvious. The reason I believe it's true is because of the things that I've heard out of black men's mouths about black women dating back at least 100 years, right? The things that I've heard black men say about black women over the last 100 years is a direct reason why I believe that black men definitely would have left black women in slavery and bondage if they could have. Because black men ultimately crave power just like white men. Black men, and we can say that we didn't want that power before the white man came. That's fine. You can blame it on whoever you want to. But in 2025, right? And not only in 2025, but I'm saying even as of today, black men crave the same power that white men have. Black men want the same power dynamic in their homes as white men have. We crave it. Black men have no problem trying to subjugate black women and turn black women into wife slaves and domestic slaves. So why wouldn't I think that they would be okay with keeping them in the field and having them remain to be field slaves and big house slaves? Why would I believe that? That doesn't make any sense. If you as a black man are running around here trying to convince black women to go back into the kitchen, to stop getting an education, vilifying their education and demonizing them for being more intelligent, being more well-rounded than you are, and so on and so forth, why wouldn't I believe that those very same black men wouldn't want to see black women in bondage? Because you want black women in bondage just with a different slave owner. I want to show you guys some historical context so you can hear the things that black men were saying about black women. This is back in the 60s. This is what black men were saying about black women.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay. Well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
And real quick, this says in the 70s, but I think this was in the 60s. I think this was like 19. This might have been in the 70s. I remember seeing the like original clip, but I thought it said it was like 69 or so. It was really close, but it might be in the 70s. I don't know, but it's still over 50 years ago, no matter what. I just wanted to make sure I didn't misspeak.
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how?
Mind y'all, this is all a projection. Black men have been the ones that have done this to black women and black children and other black men in the black community. It's black men that bring in the white supremacy and the white supremacist ideologies within the black community and cause the most harm within the black community. It's not black women that are doing that. I don't even think they could do it if they wanted to be honest with you, but black men do, and black men can do it. So this is a pure projection. This is a 100% lie. None of this is true, but it is of black women, but it is 100% true of black men, right? And why is he saying all of this? What are they getting at? If you listen closely, the theme is this: to get black women to take a step back and allow black men to put their boots on their necks. Even though black men still got their boots on black women's necks, but that's the idea is like, stop trying to fight us. Just allow us to keep our boot on your neck. That's all it is. That's what all it is. This kabuki theater, this dog and pony show they're putting on right now, trying to act like, oh, black women castrated the black men. That's all this is. It's all a lie. And the goal of this lie is to deceive black women into allowing black men to enslave them, pretty much, and be their rulers.
How are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're going to get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be inspired to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society, and because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me.
Literally the exact same thing we've been saying. Like recently, I'm saying it's the same argument. Black men been lying and telling this same lie since the 70s, since the 60s, since the 30s, since the 40s. And for what? This is why black women are saying that they think that if slavery existed only for black women, that black men would be like, yep, we're cool with that, because all of this at the end of the day is just to get black women to fall in line. That's it. That's all it is. Let's fast forward to the 80s.
My opinion of women of the 80s is that they have lost something as far as their femininity. I'm proud of being black. Can't be no more than what I am, and I want my woman to be the same way. I feel more comfortable. You know, right now I'm not comfortable because I don't have a woman black enough for me.
I think the ladies of the 70s were more independent, but the ladies of the 80s would be more dependent on men. Mostly because they've been outside in the world and that they've seen how hard it is out there.
You see a lot more.
So he essentially wants, again, this is about getting black women to go back in the kitchen, to revert back, to regress, to do whatever. Oh, they've been in and it's been hard, huh? See, I told y'all it was hard. They not going back because it ain't hard. It's harder to deal with black men. It's harder to deal with a man, but it's harder to deal with black men than it is to deal with whitey in the professional world. They can deal with whitey in the professional world. They're smart. They're cunning. They can do that. They're not. You don't got to worry about that. They're resilient. They're not worried about that. But dealing with a man in their own house, completely different. Completely different.
More women in graduate schools. You see a lot more women in executive positions, and a lot more women owning their own offices and businesses. And I think men are becoming scared of that.
The opportunities for the black man, like I say, are not equal to the white man. They are more on the level of being under the black woman.
They're only concerned with themselves. They have no religious or no convictions whatsoever, and sex is usually their first priority.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked like my mama. She's like my auntie, actually. But yeah, that yeah. So what are y'all crying about? Y'all love talking about the modern woman and the modern woman. Y'all been saying the same stupid shit about black women and women in general for fucking ever. And where did you get those talking points from, black man? Where did you get those talking points from? Since you want black women to believe that you actually wouldn't try to subjugate them the same way that the white man does and did, where did you get those talking points from? The white man. That's where you got it from. You got their white supremacist talking points about black women. Yep. We didn't make those up on our own. Remember my brother earlier in the video talking about the CIA operatives? That is a CIA talking. Like, we literally got that talking point from the CIA. Like, and you out here talking about this black woman for asking for making a very astute observation about black men and about black women, acknowledging that if black women were still in bondage, that black men wouldn't fight for them to get out of it, as long as black men were out of it and could take advantage of black women being in bondage. Like, if white men, you know what? I'll give another example to make it more relevant. The same way that at one point in time, Irish people and black people were really close. We were really, really close. Before Irish people were considered to be white, they were considered closer to be black, right? We worked in the fields together, and not to say that they picked, but we worked close. We worked, you know what I mean? We worked closer together with one another, right? But the powers that be at that time wanted to separate us because they saw we were, hey, we got the same struggle. Hey, it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, they saw it, and they saw the humanity in black people. The Anglos of that day came together. They created a plan, a scheme, and they separated us. And they put propaganda out about black people. And they also offered the Irishman. They offered them a chance to be treated better than the Negro. And they took it. They took it. Yep. And the Anglos and the white power structure has repeated that process throughout the duration of the United States. That's happened. That's been a rinse and repeat strategy, and it's worked almost, if not every single fucking time, with black men included. What makes you think we would be any different when we already fell for it several times? So you got black men literally pushing religious propaganda to get black women to go back.
Here it is, this 2025, and women still don't know their role in a relationship. So I'm gonna take you back to biblical texts. Adam was here first, right? And Adam wanted a companion, right? So what did God do? God created Eve. Eve was supposed to be his helpmate. But what happened? She got distracted and she ate the fruit. Boom. Here we are now. Moral of the story?
First of all, I'm pretty sure Adam bit the fruit first. But anyways, but yeah, so he is literally, again, doing the same thing that the white supremacists did to us, weaponizing Bible scripture to manipulate us, to subjugate us. Where do you think he got that from? Where do you think he learned that from, to use Bible scriptures and weaponize them against black people? Oh, okay. So again, you just have example after example of black men mirroring exactly what white men did to black people and do to black people over and over and over again. A black woman comes out and clocks that and goes, hey, you know what? I'm starting to think that if slavery existed only for black women, it would still be happening. And then here go the black man brigade, the black manosphere. Here y'all go trying to lie to everybody and be like, no, I don't see it. You guys are crazy. You need a hug. Bro, acknowledge what the hell is going on, fam. Acknowledge what is going on, man. Black men desire power over black women and black children. Period, point fucking blank. We do as a collective, we do. And until you acknowledge that, it ain't gonna get any better. Until you acknowledge that black women are not only our equals, but in most cases our superiors, it ain't gonna never get any better. I was talking to some dudes last night on a live. It's on my page if you guys want to watch it. But anyways, for hours. And that's what it all was. Oh, I'm the leader. Oh, she gonna get in line with my plan, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going like, yeah, y'all sound like fucking pimps and slave owners. What's the difference? I don't hear anything different from the black male population. I don't. I hear the same shit that I hear white people say about us. Should I say the white supremacist power structure that exists in this country? I hear the same rhetoric. It's the almost verbatim, bar for bar, word for word, line for line. And you expect me to believe that black men would protect black women? Nah, bro. We didn't do it during slavery and we ain't doing it now.